I have a debate on India's foreign policy regarding its neighboring country. I want to do a direct question to our international affairs commentator. How do you see this? India did not maintain good relationship with China, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Maldives, Sri Lanka. Even last 11 months we have seen how dirty politics they are doing against Bangladesh. That means they have lost all their neighbors as an allies country, even they are not interested on SAARC. My question is to you, how do you see their move to the West?
Let's look at your question, how do you see the moves to the West? They are now valiantly depending on the West for various sectors. Not only so, if you look at India and its neighbors and all of the neighbors mentioned, one of them would be Pakistan, and they faced off Pakistan for almost a 2-week event, and the 4 days of continuous firing had taken place, and of course Donald Trump had called in for a ceasefire. But what was behind the reasons for going into this escalation? The Indus Water Treaty, which had come to a stall where India said we shall not be sharing our waters with Pakistan, and such a retaliatory comment had given space for an escalation to take place. Now, the foreign ministers of each and other countries were meeting at the foreign minister SEO Cooperation, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, in which it would be the first time ever since the escalation that Pakistan's foreign minister Ishaq Dar had met India's foreign minister S. Jaishankar, in which they talked in the sidelines of the meeting, and they looked at to combat the three evils, which was terrorism, separatism and extremism. Of course, it's still a very early to say how far much it will build up on the existing issue of the Indus Water Treaty, but it would significantly show that the diplomacy is once again being used in order to address such a problem. And it would also be India's first high-level meeting in China with the Chinese counterpart Wang Yi as well, after the post-Galwan clash. So they've had their clashes with their neighbors. Now they're looking at a much more diplomatic standpoint, how they can start addressing these issues. However, you see the Western issues coming in again in Asia. We've got Japan, an ally of the West. We have South Korea, an ally of the West. But on the other hand, we also have Taiwan, an ally of the West. All of these nations are all Asian countries as well. But all of it is to control China's dominance in the region. And of course, right now it would be far too early to say whether India wants to have another escalation. But the tensions remain an all-time high, and it wouldn't be not normal to not see another escalation in the coming months as well.
China is going to be beneficiary. Am I right, sir? You said it. My question is, with China and India facing potential US secondary sanctions over Russia ties, my question is, what should these countries' economic strategy be moving forward? Because you understand one thing, US has a trade war with China, not with India. In this case, China and India in one basket, another side is United States. Do you think it will help China and India to come forward, to come closer, to strengthen their business?
There was a time when we would look at China for a global manufacturing hub. Almost every item in the household had been, and even now is, made by China. However, such a shift had also made sure in India as well. India had started producing mobile phones, a lot of the appliances, even cars, Japanese branded cars. Suzuki took it into India, and India had produced cars as well. So it comes to say that India is now becoming another like a Chinese economy. It is becoming more dependent on exporting its national manufacturing items. Not only so, you know, when Donald Trump had imposed a secondary tariff on Russia, Chinese foreign ministry had criticized it. Beijing calls this secondary tariff threat illegal and vows to strengthen ties with Moscow. So not only that, and it has labeled the American secondary tariffs as illegal unilateral sanctions and asserting that they violate international law and World Trade Organizational norms. So this is right now and effectively a trade war. Today is July the 16th. We still have 14 or so days up until August 1st before understanding what kind of trade shift or a new world order would be starting from August 1st.